Alright, so I had my little break. Watch some YouTube, binge watch. I was watching more Evangelion. That was like 20 minutes down the train. Anyway, let's continue on. So I mentioned that we'll figure out a way how to print this, and yeah, I would like this to be printed. So we cannot straight up print this, well, because there's like this overhang. So I plan to have these wings separated. So let's do that. Set wireframe. Just make sure I go for everything. Control L to select everything, and by selection. Cool. And I do need to figure out how to make a join there. I don't really know. The tail is, so we got the tail plane. So ideally I like to print so in this direction. So we can like print like these jet engines a lot easier, and etc. And that tail is actually possible to print. It's much stronger. It's just the nature, like the grains, in my opinion. Also, we get like a better resolution, so we don't see that layering. Alright, so let's go give a crack at it. So what I'm going to add a cube. So this is my knife, my 3D knife. So a knife is like a 2D plane, yeah. So a 3D knife will subtract this way. So that's why I spend last part. We spent a great amount of deal just making sure everything, just making sure all the parts join up. So I'm going to use this shroud. Was it shroud? I think that's what they call it. It's just basically have some dimension as a vantage point. So here, there. Then I'm just going to subtract it. Oh, didn't work. Control minus. Fast. There we go. And of course we get disaster. We do exact, and we just move it around. Yeah, it's getting very confused. I think what's happening, it's really getting confused at this piece of geometry. So we will, yeah. So that's a pretty ideal spot to have it. I'm going to shift duplicate it, and I'm going to press intersection, and yeah, that's it. I'm going to just apply. I should have saved it, yep. And apply, and I can delete the 3D knife, and there, and there. Cool. I do need to figure out a way how to do this. I don't think it's actually really practical to print this. It makes no sense. It's just way too much detail. I don't know. I feel like that's can only be done with other methods. So the origin is, if it's there, it's fine. So like that. Might as well I create a key. So Shift S cursor to that face, or maybe I'm gonna have Shift S cursor to yeah, there. I'm gonna create a key, and I'm gonna create a cylinder with 3 sides. Really, the cylinders in Blender are just like what's it called? I apologize to this, guys. I think they're called yeah, prisms, whatever. So this is gonna be a union. Control plus, and I'm going to duplicate this. I'm happy how that turned out. Control A, and here's the tool shape, and I'm going to move it along the y-axis. Rule of thumb, we're going to make this slightly bigger. Y, I'm going to make it to global. Yeah, and I'm going to press Alt S to visually confirm it, because there'll be some tolerance error. Cool, and that'll be to compensate for like the glue to get in there. I'm going to put in quite deep in here. I'm going to subtract that, Control minus, and that's the female side. I'm going to round the female side a bit more because I don't mind having a little bit of void where the glue. I'd rather sound like a room of adjustment, to be honest. And I'm going to Control A, and I'm happy with that. Oh, I think I mucked it up. Did I? Why? Yeah. That'd be a disaster. I wonder why I move it up. I'm gonna delete the boolean shape. I'm gonna park it back here and shift S to do a selection to the cursor, and GY there, and GY here, and Control minus. This is a pretty primitive one. If you guys spend more time, you can certainly make these seam lines a bit more, you know, look like part of the paneling, but this is just experiment, and also I'm not really a master at this, so maybe I do this for another 6 months. I'll make a paid course on Udemy to show you how to do this to get like really good results. So we've got a flat base like that, it's easy to print. We've got tail, I think that's going to stick on there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy how this is. Though this male key is a bit awkward. Like, I think a better way is we still have the tool, and we're going to GY, and we're going to subtract it there, so that way we have like a double key. So this way we can print flat on the bed, and then GY, and then this will be a shape that will be printed. So in boundary to what solid there, and let's go see if the key fits, and Alt S, there need to be a little bit of gap like that. Cool. And I can imagine you put some glue and yada yada yada, and that'd be pretty darn strong. So cool. Let's go apply scale. Control A, scale. I haven't even done with this type of stuff. The kit bash is unnecessary. Next part is the wings. So the wings are going to be printed in this direction to get like the most amount of resolution, and I think that look a bit more appealing. We do run into issue of like I'm gonna try to say here, like it's going to be a bit weak, but I don't think there's any other way. I don't know. Like structurally. yeah, it is very awkward. I don't know how I'm going to do this. How about the tail plane? I don't really know. Yeah, I should have gave like a tape like that where something's possible to print. I know it's possible with the printer I have at school, but I'm not really sure if it's a good idea anymore. I could add some supports. Oh, this is the other manufacturing. I'm not really good at this wireframe. Going to select it. Oh. Control L, P by selection. Alt H said solid frame. Well, one easy way is Control minus. Well, it's not making a very good impression too with the mesh. We could try fast. There we go. Now we're talking. And we got some. I actually like that. Yeah. Hold up, boys and girls. So first of all, I'm going to Shift D, but move this to new final, so I never get mixed up. Final. I hide those, so I'm never mistaken. And these will be the tools. So I'm gonna Alt S a little bit because you know what I say, we're never gonna get pretty good results. Alt S by half a millimeter, so 0.0005. That's half a millimeter. Yeah, 2 millimeters. Maybe make it 5 millimeters because this is all different, and I'll do exactly the same thing on this side. Alt S by 0.005 millimeters. Cool. And then this could be the subtractive object to here. Control minus, and it didn't work. Fast. Yep, I like that. So is you, Control minus, and we're going to do the fast algorithm, the solvers, and yeah, this is odd. I know I'm going to apply these because I'm quite happy seeing the results I'm seeing here. Go delete these, and I'm going to enable the final. And you can see the gap there. That's pretty good. This is going to be a headache. It'll haunt me. So, doesn't go quite all the way in. Can I just? Yeah. Well, we're just going to do this technique because it's fast, and I don't have to think about too much. It looks like I used some sort of cheap trick and it came to stab me in the back. Like, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm not too happy because it means I have more work to do in the future, like Mesh Doctor. And I don't think the 3D slicer program I'm gonna use will freak out. So I'm getting a bit nervous because this could be a lost cause, or I have to go hire someone who does cleanup. Yeah, that is a job. People who do specialize in cleanup. 3D janitors. Yeah, we've got all weird guns. Alright, so what's this detail? It's fused, and that doesn't look good. I am really concerned what this is, and it's not good. Yeah, it's not very good. It's not good, it's not good, it's not good. Yeah, we're not a big doo-doo. Because if I just go into my face, we don't have a world type mesh anymore. So yeah, looking at this now, it actually looks like quite an easy fix now. What has to be done is we need to bridge that edge loop there, and I think I can save it. So let me just keep on doing this. Yeah, and we go back into here, so we know we have that issue. And so that's from the airfoil, like stuff like this is from the airfoil. And we have to go around getting all these pests, I guess, that have to stay, that has to stay. X dissolve vertice. X dissolve vertice. Yeah. Oh, it's just freaking out. This is so annoying. Like, yeah, that's the inside there. I think the lesson is, oh, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not that wise. You know what? I'm just going to select this edge loop. The topology is not in my favor, so I think I do have to do this manually. So I do a face like that. And what is this? Just some weird. I'm gonna do that on this. This one's a weird one. Have to. Can I press J? No, it doesn't like it. How unfortunate. Oh, I'm gonna press K. Kniffy. Enter. That looks about right. There's like little pesky holes like this. Oh, that's just. I don't know, that's something wrong with Blender's viewport rendering engine. It's weird. This should be easy. Just go bloop. Wasn't as easy as I thought it was. Oh, this is a disaster. In this case, I think it's just easier if we just delete it. Yeah, we just have to keep working around the mesh. Of course I will mirror it somehow. A bit tricky. I'll tuck this down. Have to encourage the mesh here and there. Oh geez, this is some serious surgery on this plane. The mesh doctor hard at work fixing your topology nightmares. Ooh. Nope, it doesn't even interpolate that too well. And this bolt has to move up. Just has to. I feel so real satisfied. Here's a funny one. I think I can just ignore it. Like this. F. F. And F. Repaired. Okay, so that makes more sense now. I'm just going to face orientation and see nothing is broken. I really don't want to repeat down the other side. So what I'm going to do is somehow separate it. H, L, Alt, P, P by selection. I'm going to hide this, and then I'm going to get the bolts too, because they are, I also edit them. I'm going to press that. Oh. What's the, is this shift? Is this, oh dear, oh that's right, it's that stupid, it's that stupid C brush. P by selection, and I got this mysterious edge. I don't think I need it. Oh, H. Okay, got this. Cool. I'm just going to separate it from the middle. Pretty darn easy when you look at it. Face. And I'm going to press L. I'm going to press L. That's all one part. Cool. While we add it, I'm just going to merge by distance. I just mirror it. Cool. Clipping, just make sure nothing, make sure I don't want anything happening. And yeah, there you go. Repaired. So there's a way to slot those in. I'll press Ctrl J and I'm going to merge. And that should be it. That's it. That's pretty stressful. It's not over yet. We have to bring it to the slicer to see if we're really out of the woods yet. So those slot in, and I need to go figure out how I'm gonna do that. You can hear my cheery voice is gone because it's kind of hard. I have to admit, it's pretty darn hard. So I'm going to put, I'm gonna bring this back. Shift S, circling the cursor. There. It's back here. Alright. So we cannot have any geometry sticking. We can't have any keys sticking out here, but we can have keys sticking out here. Because how I plan to print this in orientation. So I think to make it really secure, I'm gonna put a cube here, like a pin on the leading edge, and I'm gonna have this to go as far as possible in there to make that pretty strong. G on the X there, and this is gonna root into there. And then I'm going to have, so that's just to line up. Alright. There's going to be a lot of play, there might be a huge gap, so we need to go compensate that. And I'm going to have this square, yeah, this sort of block square, and it's going this way. So it's not very that structural. I think if you really put enough force, it's just going to be a simple butt joint with some glorified dowels in there. It's going to be on an angle to better optimize that shape. And to be honest, in here, it's not a lot of structural, because there's a hole. It's like where the turbine is. Like there's a void in here still, even though this doesn't open. There's a void. So yeah, so we're gonna have that there. Alright. So there's gonna be the keys. I'm gonna mirror them. I'm gonna hide this so far. I'm going to mirror it on along here. So those are the keys, and on the orientation I'm picking, it will make some sense if I will taper it. This way, there can be some give in slotting the keys, and also for printing reasons. So let me just select that. Yeah, so that's possible to print as it when needing supporting material, and I'll do this for the same here because it's a bit more material efficient. Make sure nothing's poking out through. So cool. So let's slot it, and I'm going to have a bit of a. I'm gonna have a unique mirror too. Oh, not the multi-res. And I'm going to target it there. That's already October the 5th already. So time's really racing. So it's gonna lock in there. You can add some more for extra reinforcement over here, but let's keep it simple. Alright, I think I'm gonna shift D, I'm gonna hide this, and I'm going to apply, and I'm gonna boolean control plus, and I'm quite happy with that mate. So let's go confirm it and delete that, and this one too. We're gonna apply, have the mate control plus, and I'm quite happy how it's meshing. Alright, so we can have like that. It looks like we have some normal issues, so I'm gonna just recalculate them outside. And I do believe these are gone now. Well, that's not good. I do have like this weird ass inside face, I believe. Yeah, not particularly that healthy. Well, I have to go delete them. Oh, I have to go do it on the other side now. Oh, it's so much fun just I can just imagine the oh, no, that's stick out there. Okay, well, looks like I didn't watch how we're going. Well, I'm just gonna take this edge and vertex, and now I have a hole. Is that a hole? Oh, I need to flip it. And we do have like some. What is this? I'm not too sure. Whatever. I'm not too sure. Alright, cool. That's gonna be for the wing there. Alright, I'm now praying, please. Okay, phew, we don't have to do any cleanup here. The cleanup wasn't that bad, in my opinion. Alright. Okay, darling. Alright, yeah, that's much better. H hide this. I'm gonna might as well Alt S, make it a little bit bigger just to compensate any tolerances. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger actually, and just going to that. I'm gonna separate them, LP by selection, and Control minus, and Control minus. Oh, I pressed something funky, and I want to fast, and I don't know what I did, but I really wish I knew what I did so I know what key to press next time, and I have the fast algorithm. And I'm going to press Control A because that looks pretty good, and I'm going to press Control A because I think that looks also look pretty good. So cool, we got one supporting. We can see the crazy mess we have here. Unfortunately, I think I have deleted this, so let me just press Control plus. Control plus just do like an out selection, and Shift D and P on the selection. And I'm gonna unhide that. I'm gonna press F. Oh yeah. F Alt S. Pardon. I like to see there. Alt S. I like to have a visual clue how much large I'm going. I think that is appropriate. I'm gonna unhide that. Cool. It is sticking out, so that's perfect. I'm going to mirror it. Apply it. I hope I'm going to just make them a separate object. P by selection, and cool. And let's go Control minus. Let's have out the fast algorithm so we keep our detail, and we'll go press Control A, and those should be our keyholes. And let's do the same on the other side. The fast algorithm, apply, yeah, cool. So everything's all slotted. All the parts are done. I don't think it's very smart to go print the jet engine. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think it would just fall apart. I think I should done next time is actually are these? Yeah, they are solid. Cool. what else I'm thinking? I'm always thinking something difficult. What my job is in the creative industry. So I'm gonna save it from here, and the final, I'm gonna move that back to the NK15, NK15. The nice thing about this is actually still quite presentable for renders, so that's still handy. I was actually planning to add like windshield things, but I'm glad because I don't know how to do that, and I think we'll just lose that in the print. All right. So I'm gonna save it. Save as. I'm gonna rename it as print NK15 underscore print. So this is me gonna prepare for like the print bed. So I'm gonna Alt H. I'm gonna set the origin to here, Shift S cursor to 3D there. Then the rotation, odd scale and rotation. And then we're gonna rotate on the X by 9 degrees in this direction, and I'm gonna press Alt G, and that snaps there. And you can see what I was planning for, like this print orientation. There'll be need some supports like this little fine details. To be honest, I feel I'd be broken off, and because I'm learning. The key, I know it's already done that, but I'm just going to do it for everyone's sake. To 3D cursor and R on the X by 9 degrees. Cool. And Alt G, and I'll move it over here. This is a bit of a weird shape. I'm gonna I don't think there's any way I can print this with, yeah, it just have to be like that. This will have the 3D cursor over here, and Shift S selection to cursor. Selection, select, Shift S, no, what do I want? Origin to 3D cursor. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a, let me just finish this and I'll show you what trick I'm going to do, because this is not necessary like going to print on the normal, but I've been using Blender for a very long time, so I'm sure I know something what to do. What's this? Hey, yeah, oh yeah. Isn't that very frustrating? I'm gonna do, luckily they have the same origin, so Shift S, and I'm just gonna rotate it on the RX90. Let's see, and it lines up. Does it? It doesn't. Well, I have these bolts here. Yeah. I've fixed that in a tab. I'm actually quite frustrated with myself. How did I make this such a simple mistake? And time for this one. Set origin to 3D cursor. Then what I'm going to do is just to line it up, I'm going to add a plane, go to Shift Tab, and then I'm just going to Okay, I see what's happening on here. Rx. Let's hope for the best. 90 degrees? No? How about I just rotate it manually and just hope for the best? Oh. I was really thought that's gonna work. No. Looked like the local had to deal with it. Yep. X, Y, R, Y. So it's 88 degrees. Yeah, 88 degrees. So it's 88.8 degrees. So I'm going to print the wind in this orientation. Rx, Y, 88.8 degrees. Now this is look pretty cool. It's like a boneyard, to be honest. Yeah. Cool. This one, what's the angle for this? I have no idea. I have to guess it. What's this? That stays, this stays, and that has. So 31 degrees. So let's just type that one, 31 degrees. Why 31 degrees? Maybe I have to be in here. 31 degrees. I don't know. Zero in. Just snap it on there. Okay, that looks so much better. In fact, I might just steal that. Alt D. No. Shift. Yeah. Shift D. And so if it's that way, then I need to scale it on the x-axis by -1. Control A by the scale. Fix the normals. Alt A, calculate outside, and just delete that. And yeah, that's one way to do it. Cool. Jet engine. What are those calls? Cool. Look at that. The key here. So let's go rearrange it. Now this is impossible to print. I know that. So we have to go make some support ourselves. So GZ1 S. So here's a base, something solid to print off, and S on an angle like that. Cool. Now what good about this support if it's not even touching? Well, I really don't feel like cutting like this huge piece of plastic, so S. So that's gonna be the main support. I'm gonna press this. I'm going to bevel it, so there's be like try to minimize surface area like that. And yeah, I don't mind, that part is fairly easy to sand in my opinion, so I'm not too fussed. And I'll rotate it on an angle. Yeah, Shift D on the Z. LG. There. And then I'm gonna create like a little bit of a raft, something that will stick on. So as I go one island, so and I want something easy to fold up, yeah, like that. Not touch it too much. Hopefully it's not intersecting in those cavities, which it is. There. Alright. I think that will do. I'm going to Shift D and go to RZ 180 degrees and put this support structure. I know someone there on the internet is cringing. Ew. I know this guy knows how to model, but that's not how you do supports. Well, I'm learning. Feel free to tell me how it's done right. Because all I know that need to be touching G on the x-axis like that. Cool. Alright, cool. Alright. You know what? I think I have the slicer to generate that for me. What a waste of my time. I would agree. So origin to 3D cursor, Alt G, Z. Yeah, look at that. The jet engine. I'm gonna move this into the kit bash because I'm not planning to print it. It's just very complicated detail. This panel thing. Just need to move up a bit. Alright, cool. Now I think that's all ready. Let's just arrange it. I'm gonna arrange it something a bit easy for me to separate with the slicer. So it's going to be just a row of parts. Cool. Let's go orthographic, make sure nothing's being weird. I guess I can organize it. In this world, each of these squares is a centimeter, even though it says a meter. I don't know, the exporter marks up for some reason. So I'm going to give this an each a centimeter. Alright, cool. So how big is this part? It's 5 centimeters. I used to have my calipers with me, but this is where I get my ruler and just do Oh, that's handy. I have a ruler with me. So 50 millimeters or 2 inches. I don't know what scale you might use. Oh, where's mine? Ah, hold up, I have a ruler. Let me just grab it. Alright. So, I think we should go bring this into the slicer now. I'm going to save it. I'm going to select all these shapes. I'm going to file, export as the STL. And there's going to be one. Make sure you have selection here and you export it. Actually, I forgot to do scale and rotation. Just let me do the export again. File. Oh, and I forgot normals. Yep. Oh. Well, that's gonna be a problem. And also, I forgot to actually mirror those details. How retarded. So, yeah, I'm glad I saved myself being stupid into the slicer program. There should be blue in here. And that's why Blender's actually been confused about this object shape, which is a disaster in my opinion. Oh shoot. We're so close and now we have to do this in a roadblock. And there's a hole here. That's a disaster again. There's always like these stupid little mistakes everywhere. Nearly there. I think what's easier if I just do this. Yeah, it's much easier to separate the outside of it. Oh, the algorithm doesn't know how to express it. Hide it, press this, so that separates it, and I'm going to press flip, and yeah, now it works. Face orientation, and of course that's not working too. Why are you being this to me, darling? You know what, I think I'll stop it here and I'll tackle this later. Take care. I guess it's gonna be part 6. Yeah, I'll tackle this tomorrow.